Hey, everybody. I wanted just to kind of hop on and share with you a little bit about the Women's Wisdom Circle. This is just to give you a very brief overview and also to let you know you can book a 10-minute clarity call with me where we just kind of go over to see if this is a good fit for you. I'm being a little selective about who comes into this because I want to make sure that our container is really intentional around the kind of transformation that actually works, that we can be safe with each other, that we have that authentic circling. So let me just jump right into this and we will go over the details. My first question to you actually is, where will you be in 6 months? These kind of questions can be a little tricky because it's multifaceted, right? There are multiple domains in our lives where we would like to see improvement, where we'd like to sharpen skills, where we would like to have transformation or experience a breakthrough or healing. And all of those things are completely possible in 6 months. But what I'm really talking about is something deeper. How do you want to feel in your own skin? How do you want to relate to yourself? How do you want to be and show up in the world in relationship to how you experience yourself? So I attract a lot of people who are kind of on the verge of a breakthrough or they're in the middle of a big life transition. That's just kind of my MO. 6 months is what I wanted to make this container, this program, because I know that in 6 months, that's how long it takes to develop exactly what I just talked about, feeling good in your own skin. And with that, is how I kind of came up with this byline, is what it means to me to have wisdom, to hold wisdom, or to, we all hold wisdom, but to let it be and express. And that is through self-actualization, stepping into your own kind of soul sovereignty. And then, of course, the byproduct or natural extension of that is to step into your soul calling. So the first part of the program will be all about inner work, and well, the whole thing is about inner work, but we're really going into a season of what is relevant for me right now, what is up for me right now. And each of you will have a different orientation. We're going to define what is up for each of you. That's why you get a clarity call with me during this program. But also, like, the second part of it is, now that I know what's up for me, it's tied into my message, it's tied into my work in the world, and I am ready to answer the call of my soul. So sort of the first half is that preparatory, the second half is actually stepping in and saying yes, a full body yes to your soul calling. And that can be very, very, very liberating. So with this, it is a 6 month, what I call women way shower program. You're going to be shown how to live free, what that actually means, the path of liberation. And together, we're going to practice deep inner connection to your wholeness. Okay, and what that is, how you experience that. We're going to hold a supportive container, very boundaried, for you to clear your perceptual field. In other words, how you experience yourself and how you experience the world, so that it's authentic and true. We're going to do away with the illusions that are keeping you held back from your full expression, and thus giving this emergence to your feminine energy and power. And each of you will have an expression of feminine energy that's very unique to your soul signature. And so we're going to explore what that means for you personally. And then you will align that inner self, that inner sovereignty, with your outer circumstances, your environment, your world, the people you relate to. And thus, that is how you step into this authentic flow of what I call sacred feminine self-leadership. Now, coming back to your purpose is very much tied into how you relate to you. All right. So that's what I mean by relationship or self-leadership. This is from a beautiful image I captured at one of my retreats several years ago. One of the things I've learned in my research is that women are relational. We're very tribal. So we actually have this ability, and those of you who've had a child know this, that a baby co-regulates their nervous system with you and goes with your pulses and rhythms as a mother. Well, as women, we naturally do that intuitively with each other. There's an instinctual aspect to how we relate and transform, and we do that through these circles. And so transformation is a beautiful piece of this. Circling is about authentic relating. So many times people form circles or tribes and they don't go deep enough. A circle is only as deep as the people circling together. And that's why I'm being very intentional about who we bring in together in this circle to make sure there's a sense of readiness for you to show up and hold space for others, but also for yourself. And then we're not going to skim the surface. We're going to go deep. We're going to go get to these layers, these core aspects in a gentle way, but also a powerful way. All right. So emotional mastery and full body alignment through your senses, through your sensory portals, is actually how you heal. All right. I've done a lot of research on multisensory healing, and the basic premise is that with that neuroregulation, we all know the benefits of that. You know, it's just a buzzword in the industry right now. Our pleasure and our pain portals are both accessed through the body's five senses. You can even see the sixth sense is intuition. But I teach how to get to still point so that you can actually co-regulate with the divine and the universe and your soul, which is a very pure source. And so we're going to teach you and guide you into a process. You're going to craft your own daily practice that you refine over time so that you can get to still point at will. Now, I mean, still point is like the neutrality needed for you to create, to have that sovereignty I'm talking about, to self-actualize, and also to step into your soul calling. Alchemy is the process of changing something from one form to another. So you're going to hear me use this word a lot. I love this word. It's very Jungian. You'll hear it a lot lately too. It's just that inner process of how things transmute, change form. And so when we're talking about transformation, we're really talking about taking what's already there, like your shadow states and what you perceive as your weaknesses, and sitting in them and transmuting them so they work together for embodied wisdom, so that you can take what you've been through experientially, environmentally, tragedies, triumphs, trauma, everything, and taking it from one form into a higher vibration form so that you can express in this world how you choose to express and want to express. I teach something called the Cirlce method, and that's something I've been refining since 2008. It's a 16-point creation compass for creation and healing. And basically, the premise is that everything that you wish to do as in terms of like a purpose or a calling or a mission is over here on this eastern side of the compass. It's all about giving, but receiving is preparatory to giving. And coming back to, how women, as we relate, we're so relational, like we want to give and emote and put things out there sometimes before there's a sense of readiness because we haven't been receptive. We haven't been fully receptive. So this is something I'm so passionate about, and it's something that I'm trying to refine in myself and master in myself. And with that comes a sense of surrender. And so really the still point on this Cirlce method is right here in the middle. It's the center axis point. That still point is where we are going to orient from. And we will go through all 16 points of this compass rose together in our work. Your purpose, again, is very much tied in to what's going on in your inner planes. I took a priestess sacred mystery school course kind of thing. And our instructor taught us that priestesses are those who know how to manage and direct their personal energy. I thought that was super powerful. In my 15 plus years of running an international business and coaching a lot of women and mentoring them, and then also going through the leadership process myself, I learned that really being able to be quote unquote successful in life is learning how to manage your fear response, your body's natural fear response. So this is something that's I've kind of refined, and we all have this heart for service. We all have kind of the same purpose when we distill it down. And that is that we want to help others. We want to take what we've been through and we want to put it out there as a gift to the world. We want to guide others through the process that we've been through. And so that's why I say always look at what you're going through now or have been through, because there's really key indicators in there of what your purpose is about. And really, your soul calling is about that. It's about blending your passion and what you've been through with the courage necessary to show up. And we get that through authentic tribal support and relating very, very powerfully. So with this supportive circle, again, the research is very clear that women transform most powerfully in small groups. Okay. It's not that women can't transform in other ways, but there's something with the synergy. There's something very magical about being with other like-minded women who are of one mind, heart, and purpose, who are all moving towards and cheering each other on to step powerfully into their soul purpose. One of the things that was really important to me as I was looking at designing this program was that we worked with what was going on already in the Earth's consciousness. And if you can kind of think of yourself as the bridge between heaven and earth, or the cosmos, the heavens, the expanse of the universe, and here you are on this earth in this physical plane, in this third dimension, and our bodies are the bridge between worlds. And so, as I was feeling into 2024 and, towards the end of last year, I was feeling into like, oh gosh, I was kind of binging all these astrological forecasts and kind of looking at some of the teachers I follow, and they're all kind of saying the same thing, that 2024 is a year for readying yourself, preparing yourself, moving to action, even if it's just baby steps, but moving to action in the direction of your purpose, of your true soul calling, not the one that's been handed to you or you're told you need to do or be your think or feel, but actually what your soul is kind of nudging you towards and calling you to do. So it was important for me to go into, when we think about circling, it's all about creation being a big circle. And you know, death, rebirth, tending to the aspects of ourself, what's bigger than you, what's bigger than all of us, and being able to come into alignment with that. I will be working, just to kind of piggyback on what I just said, we're going to be working with equinoxes, moons, eclipses. There's some powerful eclipses coming through this year. This is a 6-month program that will start from the first day of spring if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, and will go through literally the first day of fall. So it's going to actually at midpoint be summer solstice. So we're going to be working with solstices, equinoxes, moons. In days of old, and you could say in ancient feminine arts or wisdoms, or the days of the sages, saints, mystics, healers, shamans, they worked with these they called these portals, they called them the wisdom that's needed to heal, because what rituals do when we time them with what's going on in the earth and in the heavens is they bring us more into our embodied wisdom. They can be really potent portals for us to have some real alchemical shifts and potent healing. Wisdom is not about, wisdom is more about what you experience in your body through learning and alchemy. So that's why a lot of what I'm timing with the group sessions and the moon cycles and things, they're all coming together to be relevant for what's going on the earth and in heavens right now. So this is what it's kind of made up of. Every month, and then by the way, all of this together should only take you about 2 to 2.5 hours a month total. And what you do in between is meant, like the challenges that we give you are meant to work with the body and season and timing of whatever's going in your life right now, your own divine schedule, your own family schedule, your own business schedule, whatever you've got going in your life. It's not meant to make things more busy for you. We're going to do a monthly transmission and soul prompt session, which is just a really, it's a circling method that's very, very powerful. I'm going to break you into pods, small groups of women, very small containers, so that over the 6 months, in between the times that we meet together as the larger group, that you're able to have a really contained, boundaried, supportive, space-holding circle of other women. You're going to be able to make new friendships, and it's going to be really powerful. Also, we're going to be doing here and there some breakthrough sessions. If I start to notice that there's a theme, like universal themes coming up with our group, we'll tackle that emotion and we'll work through it together. I've been trained in something called perfect healing. I'm a master trainer in an emotional breakthrough session. Breakthrough sessions and emotional alchemy that way. We will have opening and closing ceremonies to open this up when we start our sacred container, and then you're going to get stuff through every full and new moon and every solstice and equinox. You're going to be able to get something in your email that helps you work with that on your own and create your own rituals. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to work with you one-on-one in a really potent like clarity session where we just dial down. I can do some muscle testing. We can see what's going on in your body. We can see what's going on in your spirit, where your soul wants to move you, and what needs to be cleared and released so that you can move into your highest expression. So the idea is that you get this personalized support, both with me and then with the small group, and then also as a group together with that synergy, we're moving through some of these denser emotions that we can break through as a group. I am offering some freebies when you decide to join and register with us. You're going to get my soul declaration cards and essential oil samples. Now, a lot of you are already using oils. A lot of you follow me in my work in doTERRA and what I've been doing with the sacred alchemy with essential oils. We will be taking an oil a month and using it in our monthly transmissions. We will be working with these cards that have affirmations and affirmations on them. And so that's why you're getting those cards and the oils, because we're going to be using that to work through some of these processes that we're going to be working through each month. And then I've just started something called a Mind, Body, Soul membership. It's launching April 1st. You will all get 6 months access to that. I'll share with you what that is in a minute. And then any of my digital courses, you get 50% off. We're going to be working with the 12 feminine embodiment principles that I talk about in the Stand, Speak, Shine course. And so that is also an option to you. And just know that you get access to that discount. With the Mind, Body, Soul membership, it's really cool. So every month, again, working with, what's going on in the cosmos, what's going on in the consciousness of the earth, and sort of the shifts happening planetary wide. I have created this whole program for a year based on those transits astrologically and both what's happening with our bodies. And so 7 anchoring and alignment practices that start with M. So every month you will get something medicine-wise for the soul, something, a mantra, a mudra, a music. By the way, you will also get a playlist for the Women's Wisdom Circle. You'll get movement, a moon, and meditation. So this actually works really powerfully in conjunction with the Women's Wisdom Circle, that we can deepen into that together. You're going to get a Soul Sovereignty Sunday email, which is just inspirational stuff, a monthly live mini class every month, and then live coaching seasonally. So this is included in the 6 months that we work together in the Women's Wisdom Circle. And so, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, you can book a 10-minute clarity call with me to just see if this is for you. I'll put the link here in somewhere, wherever this is being posted. And you can go directly to my website, just cherieburton.com, and find the Women's Wisdom Circle there, or you can go to standspeakshine.com/WWC. We have a few payment options. And by the way, I had originally priced this for $2,222. I love 2s and 7s. But as 2024 started to approach, I'm like, I really feel like if we were to distill this down and really simplify it, I could knock this price in less than half, which I did. I felt really called to do that. So it's a really high value. This is the first group, those of you who are going through for this 2024 timeframe, it's the first time I've done this. So yeah, if you need a payment option, we've got those as well. So I hope to see you there. Thank you again so much for your interest, for listening to me, and I hope that we can serve you on the levels that your soul desires to be served. Thank you so much.